Later in the episode.
Or you can just go to therapy.
Hypnosis and hypnotherapy is a type of therapy.
You sure you haven't never seen that Insidious movie?
No, I don't believe I have.
Do you know anything about hypnosis? Because in the part of the movie, they had to put him to sleep, hypnotize him, to get his soul to leave his body so he can find his son in the underworld. The ghost world, I mean.
That sounds a little far-fetched, but I mean, I know.
You think it's
hypnosis.
possible, though? Is it possible that hypnosis could work that way?
I don't see how that would work, given what hypnosis is.
Well,
but
I think we're going to talk about it.
what? Insidious or hypnosis?
Hypnosis.
All right.
Welcome to the CRollur and Greg Podcast.
You're not Greg.
Yeah, I'm Willy. Yeah, caught you.
Just because you got a haircut doesn't
Yeah.
mean you change names.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm CRollur.
And I'm Willy.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. I guess today we're talking about hypnosis then, right?
We're going to talk about hypnosis. So what do you think about it? Like, you know, where it came from and, you know, how it started or anything like that?
Not particularly. I know it's been around for years, though.
Yeah.
I know somewhat recently, though, it's been introduced as a medical procedure.
No, it started out as like a medical procedure.
I honestly don't think it started out as a medical procedure. I mean, I don't know the true history of hypnosis. But what I do know is that I know it's been around for a long time. Hypnosis has been used for centuries, I believe.
Right.
In different forms and practices. But I think being in the medical industry is something kind of new, at least because honestly, modern medicine hasn't existed. There's been different eras of medicine.
Right.
And modern medicine hasn't been around. So to use it in modern medicine can only have existed for a certain amount of time to begin with.
I feel like this would be like, since they've been using it for a long time, it's a nicer, practical procedure than just taking a nail to someone's head, trying to change the way they think, right?
It's more or less making your conscious and subconscious mind align together. Because if you're going into like hypnotherapy, which is the medical induced hypnosis, you're actually going there to change a habit or a behavior or a fear. And a lot of times what your brain is thinking and what you're subconsciously feeling are two different things. Like say somebody was attacked by a dog as a kid. They may know that most dogs are friendly, but they still have a fear of dogs because of what a dog did to them.
You feel like when people get hypnotized, their mind is the one that wants to do it, but they need someone to tell them to think that way.
That is 100% what I think. I think that it is literally just the power of suggestion.
It's like with like therapy and, you know, hypnosis and then, you know, all kinds of like medical treatments that deal with like, what's it called? Those psychologists, right? They make money off of you.
Well, psychology is slightly different than hypnosis, although they do run
A lot of psychologists use hypnosis, so
I think that hypnosis is a tool within psychology, more or less.
Right.
Because hypnosis is, as far as medical use, it's a tool that allows you to suggest ideas for the person to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody's coming to you as like a psychologist and you're trying to use hypnotherapy to get them to like, I don't know, stop drinking. They know drinking's bad for them. They know, yeah, we know that you drink. They know that they want to quit drinking, but they also feel they feel the pressure of, I can't do this. It's too much. I'm struggling with this. So putting them in a hypnotic state and suggesting to them that they don't like alcohol and that the taste of it like is disgusting, they'll start subconsciously being like, okay, I'm not liking this. I don't like the feeling of it. They'll associate the feeling of wanting to quit with the taste of alcohol, and it'll make them not like alcohol.
Or you just drink NAs.
I've never understood that one. I as somebody who rarely drinks, I used to party, but then I kind of cut it out. I do not understand the idea of
drinking NAs.
Drinking something like drinking, like to me, beer tastes like shit. The only reason I would drink beer is to get fucked up. So if I'm not drinking beer to get fucked up, why the fuck would I drink it? I don't understand that.
And then why drink an NA, right?
Exactly.
You might as well just drink a bottle of mouthwash.
Are you trying to make fun of a TikTok I made?
Yeah. I am actually. We're going to continue with this hypnosis stuff. Like, I feel like this is kind of like more like a magician trick. Sleight of hand. You know, like, you ever seen a magician bring someone up stage, right? And it's like, just a random person. Yeah, like a lot of people think that the person's like, in that part of that trick. But most likely they're 100% not part of that trick. It's just a magician knows how to trick people in the crowd and everything. It's called what is it called? Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, I think, is different than hypnotism.
No,
Hypnosis.
Nope. Hypnosis. They use their hands to, hypnotize you.
I don't believe that's what it is. I believe, and I've seen this from videos and from doing a little bit of stuff on this, I believe that what they're doing is they're using more mentalism than sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is used for like card tricks and stuff. When they're using their hands and stuff, yes, they could be distracting
How
you.
come when they talk to the person, like hypnosis, they're always like, "Oh, you're going to fall asleep."
They're basically boring you to death, and then making you think.
They're boring you to death.
They're making you think. They're making you think that you being bored and tired because of that.
Your hand is putting me to sleep.
But it's not. It's literally just you being bored and being tired because of that.
See, the thing is, like,
that's why a lot of people use like pendulums, because as you're watching, it's a repetitive lulling motion that'll put anybody to sleep. So when they say you're getting tired, it's because you naturally are getting tired looking at a repetitive swaying motion.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because I have this thing where if I have something like over here moving, I have to look at it. Well, I don't know what it is. Like, I just have to look at it.
I was watching a TED Talk on this. And the guy was saying that the way he does hypnosis is he makes the person believe the things that he's saying to the point that they trick themselves into believing it. When he says that you can't lift your foot, what he's done is he's positioned you in a way that makes it hard for you to lift your foot off the ground. So he says that you can't lift your foot off the ground, it feels like it's stuck in concrete. You're feeling a sensation of having a hard time lifting your foot off the ground.
Right.
But he's put you in that position and made you believe that he put you in that position. He makes you believe that your body is actually stuck when it's literally just an awkward position.
What would you have done if you were that person?
I don't know. I've never been hypnotized. But I do feel like I probably would fall for it if I was truly under like a hypnotism
trick.
Yeah. So far, I haven't been hypnotized as far as I know. So I have experienced a hypnotism like show live. And people actually will ignore stuff and will forget about stuff. Like there was somebody who put a Band-Aid on their forehead, and like a half hour later they realized it because like he told them that in a half an hour you'll see this, but until then you won't. They went into the bathroom and they looked in the mirror like, who put this there?
It's a mind fuck. Mind trick.
Yeah, it's a mind trick because if they actually think back, they'll know he said it. But I think that in that moment, they have convinced themselves that he didn't say it and that it didn't happen.
I feel like it's a trickery, people that actually believe in hypnotism, it's kind of like, feels like it's kind of like a religion, like they make you, they kind of like push you into like believing something that, could or could not be true, right? And that's what that person does, right?
I don't know if I believe that it's like a cult or a religion or something. I do believe that it is the power of suggestion, which I guess both of those things do have in common. But I don't think it's that extreme. I don't think it's blind faith that you have to believe in hypnotism.
No, is there like people out there that use that hypnotism and trick people to, force them to do like bad things?
That's a concern a lot of people have, but that I'm aware of. It
Like,
isn't
let's say,
a thing.
like me personally, like if I have a bad day at work, and I go see my psychiatrist, and he's just like, just like a terrible guy. He's like, oh, this guy's pissed off. I'm gonna make him do bad things. And he's like, trick me into actually doing what I was like thinking in my head. You know what I mean?
That's different than what I thought you were going to say, because you can't really force somebody with hypnotism. The way that I understand it is that you can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do,
I threw you off on that one, didn't I?
because their mind will still be like, okay, this isn't right. I shouldn't do this. So their mind will overrule the suggestion from the hypnotist. However, if somebody shady does use like your state of mind for nefarious means, I mean, that's different. That's not forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Me,
That's taking advantage of somebody. That's manipulation.
What was that Avengers movie where they took over that fucking Arrow guy's head or mind, and he became a bad guy? That was basically hypnotism right there. And they made him do bad things.
I don't think that's not what hypnotism is. That is literally mind control. Well, hypnotism is not mind control. It's the power of suggestion. It is suggesting an action or a feeling or something.
I thought, mind control was hypnotism.
No, mind control is different than hypnotism.
It's like a cheap version of mind control.
When you're hypnotized, you are still aware of your situation. You are just in a state of a state where your subconscious and conscious mind overlap a little bit. And you get in a state of like suggestiveness, but you still have to be willing and understand for the actions to be accepted. I can't hypnotize somebody into killing somebody else. Like, that's not a thing.
Who knows? Do you think the government is like researching this hypnosis stuff?
Probably 100%.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% sure they are.
They've done other psychological.
You ever watch that movie Men That Stare at Goats?
No, I've never even heard of that.
Men That Stare at Goats with George Clooney. What's his name? Ewan McGregor, the guy that played Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anyways, the government supposedly had this thing where they were trying to like. It has nothing to do with hypnosis, but they were like training them to be like mind control. It's not possible, but they would actually put them in training where they have to stare at a goat, right, and try to get their heart to stop moving.
I feel like if that was a thing, we probably already have seen it.
It didn't work because they canceled that program.
In real life, I think that people have probably tried this and tried to study it, but I don't think it'll ever actually happen for that. Because like that level of mind control, we do not have.
I'm telling you, like mind control and hypnosis is tied together. I'm telling you. I know that you're like arguing about that, but I feel like they can be tied together if you wanted to. Like if hypnosis was a real thing, I can hypnotize you, then I can tell you what I want you to do.
That is a fantasy version of hypnosis. That's not the reality of it. What it is.
It can lead into it though.
No, it can't. Because a person has to be willing to do it to begin with. You can't make somebody. Hypnosis is nothing more than a suggestion. It's a subconscious suggestion, but it's a suggestion. You can suggest all you want, but that doesn't make the person do something they're not willing to do. Something that goes against their moral code is still
they do it, and then they're like, "Oh, that guy told me to do it," and they sue the fuck out of you.
Then they were willing to do it.
Yeah, they're willing to do it.
That's still a type of manipulation, and that's not even. I mean, that is morally wrong, but they were still willing to do it. If it's something they did that was wrong, that they did under the state of suggestion, they still willingly made that choice to do something. They have to be willing to do it for it to work. It's one reason why a lot of times hypnotism doesn't work is because people aren't willing.
Yeah, they're just like, this ain't working. I'm done.
The other reason it doesn't work is because they're trying to do something they don't believe in or they don't believe that they can do.
So the only people that get hypnotized are people that's like 100% like thinking it's real, right? Thank you guys for tuning in to the CRollur and Willy podcast, and thank you for our sponsors, the crickets outside, chirping.
Like, we'll go back to the dog thing here. They're like, okay, you had a bad experience with this dog. What we're going to try to do is next time you see a dog, let's think about like Lassie or that golden retriever you've seen on a show rather than that bad experience that you've had. So what they're doing is they're suggesting that when you see a dog, that they're suggesting you think about something different. They're not erasing that thought from your mind. They're just making you not think about it.
Or you can just go to therapy.
Hypnosis and hypnotherapy is a type of therapy.
Yeah, but I think you should just go to like a different therapy where, animal therapy, something, be around.
That a lot of times the therapy for the fear of certain animals is literally the same thing, just conscious instead of subconscious. They put you around your fear and give you positive experiences to draw from.
Well, even like you break your arm, they put you in therapy,
Well, that's also a different type of therapy. That's physical therapy.
Yeah. Mental therapy. Well, think about it. Like someone breaks their arm, right? They're going to be kind of like cautious about, breaking their arm again.
Okay, that is a mental component.
Yeah.
However, what physical therapy does, it's actually kind of similar, again, to other types of therapy. They're reintroducing different things. Like when you go into physical therapy for an injured thing, it's because you've rested so long in the healing process that your muscles aren't used to doing activity. So they reintroduce you to activity in a slow and helpful manner. Rather than trying to bench press 300 right after your muscles heal, they give you like a 10-pound weight. And you go up to 20-pound weight.
Right. Yeah.
So they try to build it up from something you can handle to
moving it upward, like working
which is
out,
the same thing for, as we said, the behavioral therapy for people that are afraid of something.
Yeah, but I like how like therapy works because they're actually helping people. I don't think hypnosis really does anything, but I think therapy actually does.
Hypnosis can help people, and I think that
it's the person helping. They're helping themselves by someone telling them what to do. But with therapy, they're telling them to actually do the actual therapy.
Do you know what therapy actually is? It's still people telling you what to do. And you still have to help yourself. Yeah. They cannot walk you through the process of healing.
That's what I'm saying. You're doing it for yourself, but with hypnosis,
you're still doing it yourself.
But they don't realize it.
Exactly.
Like if you hypnotize me right now and be like, hey, I want you to, gain like 200 pounds by, 1 month, I'm not going to, fall for it because
therapy isn't going to change that either. Therapy doesn't work if you don't believe in it either. Regular therapy only works if you work at it too. The therapist can only do so much. The old quote, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, works regardless of whether you're using hypnotherapy or other therapy.
I'll force that horse to drink.
You'll drown the fucking horse.
I guess I have a different mindset than what most people do. Like, I don't plan things ahead of time. I don't, believe, like a lot of things. But I do things last minute. Like when I started schooling, I didn't plan going to school. I just did it.
As far as me planning stuff like that, I try to plan stuff ahead of time, but I don't always. A lot of times I do things on the whim. I think for me it's a balance of the two because I like planning out major things, but minor things I really don't care about. I really don't care to plan out every little detail like some people do.
No, with me, like I wake up one morning and I was just like, you know what? Today will be a really fucking good day to mow the yard. And I just do it.
Yeah, I've actually noticed because there are times where we show up for the podcast and you're gone. Like, oh, I went to the store before the podcast. I'm like, why?
I had to go do grocery shopping and shit.
You could have done that earlier or after.
No, I just feel like doing it.
You chose to do it right before I got here.
I just do it, because I feel like doing it,
I also think that we should get back on topic here.
Oh, sorry. I keep venturing off.
Do you have any other examples of hypnosis from fiction or nonfiction?
I mean, like, think about it. They always take that fucking little string with a fucking thing and they're like doing that. You know, that shit don't work.
Basically, that's meant to distract you and tire you down so that when they tell you that you're getting sleepy, you believe that they are the ones doing it and not yourself.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, we used to, try to do that to each other, and it didn't work.
If you stare at a swinging pendulum long enough, you will get tired.
So it literally just puts your brain to sleep.
Essentially, yes. And it makes you more suggestible because they're telling you you're getting sleepy. You're feeling the effect. You believe what they say, which is what I've been trying to say the whole time. Is hypnosis is literally just the power of suggestion in a suggestible state of mind.
I guess I'm just stubborn.
I don't think hypnosis will work on you. Just because you don't believe it or you believe it to be some fantastical thing.
No, I can literally, you can hook me up to a lie detector and I can pass it even though I'm lying.
That would make you a psychopath.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
To believe your own lies.
No, it's because my my heart rate or my pulse rate never changes, even when I tell, like a different story. Like, I'm going to school to be an aviator.
Most people, when they pass a lie detector test, are doing so by believing their own lies to the point that like a lie detector test won't detect the difference between what they're
truth and fake.
Because if you believe your own lies, or at least you tell yourself that you believe it, your heart rate won't change like you're saying. You, on the other hand, are just saying that you don't change states, which I don't believe that to be true. I believe that there will still be subtle differences. It just won't be as much.
Yeah, it probably won't.
Be honest, though, a lie detector test isn't very good to begin with. It's actually the person who invented the tester actually despises the use of it because he knows how inaccurate it actually is.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
When was it invented? Like in the 20s or 30s?
So it was the 1920s, yes. So that's been around for a while, and although people try to use it, it's not reliable. It's not very reliable, actually. Many false positives, false negatives, just too many things that are.
But the thing is, too, some people are able to control their pulse rates and stuff like that. Keep calm.
I can control my pulse rate.
Yeah.
I'll actually watch my thing here, and like it says 82, and I can actually get my pulse rate down. Blood pressure is a little harder, but I can still manipulate that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, even if you get excited, as long as you keep your pulse rate down, you can pass the, test, right? Because it monitors your heart rate and your pulse rates.
Well, a blood pressure test is different because it measures how hard your blood is pumping, whereas a pulse rate is just how often it does.
Everything leads together, though, in the organ, though, and throughout your body.
It went down to 67.
Oh, no shit.
From 82 to 67 in just that short amount of time.
I can have, like, fucking, like, someone, like, high up, somewhere, in the corporation talk to me, and I'll talk to them. I don't give a fuck.
So when I say I can control my heart rate, it's literally just because I've learned how to calm myself to the point.
So you don't punch them.
I don't know if that's necessarily the reason why, but I have noticed that calming techniques, including deep breathing and like just focusing, centering yourself, actually do lower your pulse. I've gotten it down to like the low 50s.
Oh, no shit. I think the lowest I ever got was like 70.
That's not good. There should be around 60.
Well, it stays around that, area.
I want to add the idea that hypnotherapy is a type of hypnosis administered by a qualified therapist. It can treat like depression, PTSD, eating disorders, phobias. Okay. We've been talking about this, and we've been talking about the various uses, the various ways.
I forgot the whole what is it called?
PTSD.
PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, that is real, and I feel bad that for people that actually have it.
But Along with that, I also want to say that you can do it yourself through either guided hypnosis or self-hypnosis is a little harder. Like if you know how to put yourself in a hypnotic state, you can actually use it to like affect like pain and stuff.
Oh shit.
It doesn't stop pain completely, but it helps lower the feeling of it. Usually, if you're going to do it by yourself, you'd use guided meditation. Because that is literally somebody else giving you like an audio or video and you putting yourself into the state while they're administering. It's like kind of like somebody else, instead of being there with you, you're doing it through like a video or an audio method. I do actually have an audio that helps put you into that state and then feeds you certain lines and certain suggestions. You can actually request them to put in certain suggestions for you.
So, they got therapy audiobook too?
No. Well, yeah, they do, but I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
But the answer is going to be no, but go ahead.
So, like, if you actually listen to like an audiobook that's talking about therapy, like let's say like for example, like I get leg cramps, then I listen to like an audiobook about that. Would it actually help out?
It might, depending on how you're doing it. If you're doing it,
it's like kind of like yoga. You're watching a movie of yoga, right? And you're just doing it.
Yeah, that'll work. I know you were saying at some point to me the idea of trying to listen to a book while sleeping. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work. That's why I didn't throw that in.
Okay. That's what I thought you were going to go with.
No, fuck no, it don't work.
But if you're going to put yourself in a state of hypnosis and listen to this help book, it might.
Now, let's say this. I listen to a therapy book while I'm sleeping.
You will probably pick up nothing because your mind's completely gone.
Or you go into deep sleep and then you're just like...
You're not paying enough attention. Your mind is... For when you sleep, your mind actually blocks things out, including other noises. It has to be a really loud noise for it to actually
wake me up.
Yeah. Most of the time, I think a lot of it's more vibration, but I'm not positive. I know that even me, I've noticed that if I'm really tired and I'm trying to keep awake, I will notice that the first thing that happens is my eyes will close and then my hearing will shut off.
Then everything's gone.
Like I can like nod myself awake, knowing that I have to, but I will notice that my hearing is gone, like because like I'll just stop hearing shit. I'm just so dead tired that I will literally just fall asleep and stop hearing shit.
And that happens all the time?
No, just when I'm super fucking tired.
Fucking tired.
And trying to stay awake.
And it's trying to stay awake. Well, I think we're going to cut it right here. I'm Willie.
I'm CRollur.
You have a good day.
Peace.
Peace.
Actually, leave work because of it.
No, I actually had something come up.
Yeah, something come up.
Yeah, something came up.